Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, March 9th. We're still monitoring the possibility of a storm impacting the I-95 corridor in the Sunday night, Monday time frame. Still many details need to be ironed out. First of all, whether or not it comes all the way up the East Coast. There is a possibility it'll go out to sea and miss the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City corridor, but too early to write it off here. There are multiple players in the upper part of the atmosphere that will play a role, and depending on exactly how upper level short waves phase together late in the weekend will determine exactly how and where that surface storm will form at the end of the weekend. It looks like there will be a storm in the southeastern part of the U.S., but whether or not it rides all the way up the coast is still yet to be determined. We'll talk about some of those factors over the next few minutes. First of all, just wanted to start off by mentioning how cold this air mass is that we're in right now. It's quite a cold pattern for the next 5 days or so. First of all, some near record low temperatures right now down across the southeastern U.S., or in fact record low temperatures. Titusville right here, right where Cape Canaveral is, down to 34 degrees. That's a record low for the date. And again, a very chilly air mass for this time of the year. It looks like it'll stay quite chilly for the next several days. In fact, there are some signs that much of the remainder of the month of March will be below normal on average in the Mid-Atlantic region. Of course, there will be some days above normal, but on average, it looks like March is going to be a colder than normal month here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, one last map in reference to the temperatures and the colder than normal pattern. This is from last night's 6Z run of the ensembles of the GFS, showing the average 850 millibar temperature anomalies over the next 5 days, the current 5-day period, and just a very impressive pattern here of colder than normal conditions centered right on the Mid-Atlantic region. So again, this holds out the possibility of some snow if a storm comes along, and of course we're monitoring that possibility for Sunday night and Monday. By the way, a weak upper level disturbance will pass nearby over the next few hours, and there will be the threat of some snow shower activity in the I-95 corridor throughout today, along with some gusty winds. Well, let's now focus on that storm threat for Sunday night and Monday. First of all, let's take a look at the upper level pattern here, the vorticity fields, these short waves in the upper part of the atmosphere around 500 millibars. Just to point out how many players are on the field here. First of all, this area right here is associated with that big storm that produced all that snow on Wednesday. It will only slowly move to the north and east and will not go very far. We've talked a lot about a blocking pattern up here in the northern part of Canada, southern part of Greenland, basically what we call a Rex block. And this will be a factor given the fact that it will not move very far to the north and east. That will in turn kind of inhibit a movement of another storm all the way up the coast. Not make it impossible, but certainly will be a factor against the next storm coming all the way up the coast, because by later in the weekend, this will just be sitting in this region right here across the North Atlantic. Meanwhile, just take a look at all these upper level short waves of energy. Here's one right here, and these are all potential factors in the Sunday night, Monday storm system. Here's another one way out here, yet another one way out here over the Pacific Ocean, and one way up here over central Canada. All these will play a role in that system that could throw some snow or perhaps rain in the I-95 corridor Sunday night and Monday. Some of these, as you can see, still off the west coast, so they'll move onshore during the day today. And what that means is the models will have a better handle of the situation. The data will become move onshore, and that's always better for the computer forecast models. So by maybe the 12Z runs, but certainly by the 0Z runs tonight, computer forecast models ought to come to a better consensus. Right now, they're all over the place. The GFS model, the NOAA GFS model, still has a storm impacting the I-95 corridor, but all the other models shun it off to the south and east. I believe the pattern certainly allows for the possibility of this storm coming up the coast. So we'll see what happens. But again, these are all the players on the field. Let's now move forward here and see what evolves here. We're moving ahead in 6-hour increments. Here's that one wave just along the west coast right now. By tomorrow morning, dropping into the the northern plains, headed for the south central U.S. And here by Sunday morning, one wave up over the northern plains, another impressive wave in the GFS model run over the Tennessee Valley, and all of that phases together rather quickly by the GFS model, hence a stronger storm, a quicker intensification of the storm, and a bigger impact in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Again, the other models are not phasing this thing together here like the GFS is. So we'll see how the models evolve when the upper level waves over the Pacific Ocean move onshore later in the day. And here we go by Monday afternoon. Pretty healthy looking upper level pattern here over the eastern seaboard. And again, there will be a low. The question is whether kind of tucked in along the coastline or out well off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Well, finally, let's walk through the surface forecast maps from the 6Z GFS model. Again, keep in mind, this is bullish on the storm system for Sunday night and Monday. All the other models tend to shun it off to the south and east. Again, some snow shower activity across Pennsylvania. Certainly can't see a snow shower or a rain shower in D.C. or Philadelphia. There will be gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour or so today as an upper level wave passes by. Here we go by tomorrow morning. Basically, a dry day in the I-95 corridor region. High temperatures in the 40s. The next couple of nights, we'll definitely see low temperatures way down in the 20s in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. Again, a very cold air mass for this time of the year moving forward for the next 5 days. And here we go by Sunday morning. Healthy storm over the Tennessee Valley, some snow in the colder air to the north. And again, the GFS model tends to move that farther north than the other models, and it produces some snow in the D.C., Philadelphia, and even New York City area. And here we go by Monday afternoon. The GFS has it just off the mid-Atlantic coastline. Certainly can be a rain-snow issue as well with this potential system. So, still on the table for Sunday night and Monday. We'll monitor it over the next couple of days. May not know the real answer here until over the weekend in terms of the Sunday night, Monday system. There's so many players on the field, it's just a little hard to pinpoint this far ahead exactly when those short waves will phase together, producing that storm. But again, the possibility of snow or a mixture of snow and rain Sunday night and Monday in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City. For today, gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour or so, and perhaps a couple of snow showers or rain showers in the D.C., Philly, New York City metro regions. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Orian.